count this one as first time because a lot has changed since then. So today, what's the program is going to be? We're going to briefly talk about what Sюцай is. I'm sure that's what many of you came here to understand. And I'm going to talk about the director, the creator, the owner, who is my teacher, Жанат Кожамжарov. You're going to see him right here. I'm not sure if you've seen the pictures of him before, but he has changed a lot by actually applying his own methodology of Sюцай into his life. And I think that's the best marketing you can ever have. Something that you create, you apply in your life, and then you become the example of it. And this is what he's done. I'm not sure if we have some of his old pictures, but you can Google it afterwards and you'll see that this is like a completely different person. He started with discipline. I'm sure we all understand by now that discipline in life is very important. Being fit, being healthy, because if you don't have that, then nothing in life matters. So the first time he actually started speaking about Sюцай was around 7 to 8 years ago. He had maybe like a small group of people like today, maybe even less, 2-3 people, but he always believed in his idea. He always had a strategy, and most importantly, he understood that he needs a team to actually make it happen. That it's not just an idea that, oh, I'm going to do it myself, it's so great, I'm going to sell it. No, nowadays we all should understand that in order to make your dreams come true, in order to realize your business ideas, or even something like building relationships with family, it requires teamwork. So that's what Sюцай is mainly about, is actually to understand how to build relationships with people, because I'm sure, as many of you have experienced it, that it's actually very hard nowadays to build relationships, whether it's personal or business. And why do you think so? Why do you think it's very hard to build relationships with people these days? What would be the main reason?
Social media.
Yes, but something more, what's inside our mind that always keeps telling us, I want this, I don't like this.
Ego.
Exactly, ego. We all have ego. We should accept it by now. Even if you're the most saint person, the most religious person, of course that's your choice, but ego is a fact that we all have one. And the thing is, it's not bad to have ego. What's really interesting, what Sюцai helps us to understand, that ego was given to us as well by God. Yeah, it's something that he gave to us to learn how to understand, first of all, yourself, your inner self, and then how to learn how to understand other people. Because before I came to Sюcai, actually, I thought that the way I'm thinking, everyone else thinks. And then I would keep getting frustrated, like, how come no one understands me? How come I thought I understood this person? I thought we were on the same track and everything. And then when I came to Sюcai, I remember it's still to this day, I was sitting in the class, and then when I understood that there are basically 9 levels of egos, 9 types of egos, and my one is like the most egocentric one, happened to be one of the most egocentric. We're going to talk about it today. I understood, like, wow, this whole time I've been living a life that I just created in my mind, and because of that, I failed to complete some of the tasks, some of the goals, some of my dreams, or the ones that I managed to complete were actually thanks to my ego, because I was so like, I want it, I'm going to get it, I don't care about everyone else. But now, since Sюcai has been developing into a more professional level, into a more business level, we come to understand that it's not just about building personal relationships, it's also very important to understand how other person's ego works to build business connections as well. And It's a very, very useful tool. If you look now on the screen, this is obviously a very brief representation of the whole science. But here we can see. So if you were to come and study the base level of Sюцай, the first thing you would learn is that there's something called consciousness number, which is calculated from your birth date. So I was born, for example, on the 16th of July, 1997. So my consciousness number would be number 7. Why? Because 16, 1 plus 6 is 7. So you can now all make your calculations. Then we have also something called matrix, which is basically all the numbers in your birth date. They also have a meaning, which we're going to talk about later. And then there is something called mission or karma, which are our actions. And that's how we calculate it. It's the total, you calculate all the numbers in your birth date. So for example, in my case, it would be 1 plus 6 plus 7 plus 1 plus 9 plus 9 plus 7. But the thing is about the mission, unless you already turned 33 years of age, you don't have to really worry about it because it's not really affecting you at the moment. But if you are getting closer to that date, you should still learn it. And as well, if you're trying to make relationship or understand your parents, for example, or business colleagues, and they're already above the age of 33, then that's something you really want to know because that's something that will determine your professional experience and path in life. I think we can go next. Can we go back? We can also apply numbers to our name, to our last name, to the calendars, the days, the number plates, all of that. But like I was talking to my friend later today, those are more like bonuses. So for example, if I change my name and make it like a successful number, it doesn't mean I'll become a successful person, but it will complement my energy. Does it make sense? But the most important thing to understand for now is that there's consciousness number, there's matrix, and there's mission number. Mission number starts from 33 years of age, and consciousness number from the day you were born. So that's actually the main scheme that my teacher, Janat Kojamžarov, created. There's a lot of philosophy here. I know for now it looks very confusing and like what's going on. There's a horse, there's a carriage, there are numbers, there are a lot of words to people with hearts. I'll briefly try to explain the logic behind it. Has anyone before read anything or tried yoga? Yeah? We all know like now this time is like the age of psychology and spirituality, and everyone wants to become more spiritual, understand what happiness is, how to become happy. So of course, Sюцай will help you to find those answers for you, because apart from the fact that the science helps you to become successful, it also manages to make your state be more happy. So when we learn this knowledge, we understand that happiness is not like a goal in the end of the tunnel. It's the state which you continue to feel every day. And in order to feel happier every day, you should be doing what you were meant to be doing on this planet. Like imagine, for example, this, yeah? We're like, what, 8 billion people in this world. We all have different consciousness numbers. We all have different realities in our heads, which is not a bad thing. It's actually a beautiful thing, because that's what makes us all unique. That's what makes us all different. That's what makes us all driven and want to be, how we can stand out, basically. So in order to do that, instead of all becoming the same person, like that same mask, that same doll, that everyone thinks, oh, that's what a good person is, or that's what a successful person is, that's what a popular person is. We should all strive to become our own unique self. Basically, become happy and successful, but in your own way, not by rules of the society or somebody else, like some persons who wants to judge you, if you know what I mean. So the philosophy was taken from Raja Yoga, which has a lot to do with discipline of your body and mind. And one main thing that you should take from today, like probably you won't understand the whole thing today, but what you can understand for sure is that in order to have a disciplined mind, you need to have a disciplined body. That's just physics. It's not even something out of this world. Because imagine this, if you have a stomach ache, what else will you be thinking about? Just the pain in your stomach ache. So once we start focusing on making our body balanced, healthy, what food we put inside, how much water we drink, all of that, obviously it's going to help you keep your mind more clear. But what's happening in the world these days is actually the opposite. People are doing lots of opposite things, and that's not wrong. We all want to have fun sometimes, chill, relax, that's 100% fine. But if you build your mind to be resistible, to be strong, and even if it wants to sometimes, enjoy and have fun, how can it come back to being productive and disciplined? That's what a true discipline is. So it's not about telling yourself, no, I will never do this, I'll never do that, that's bad, that's not for me, I want to be spiritual and clean. No, that's not what discipline is about. True discipline is about how fast can you get from here to there. Like, if you were, let's say, to go, relax, have fun, do a bit of taboo things, how fast will it take you to recover from it? And what determines it is your body, basically how immune you are to bad things, bad habits, and how immune you are to other people's opinions and judgments. That's what discipline of mind and body is all about. So this picture of the horse and carriage, the whole idea is that the horse represents our mind, which is always wants to move. If you let go of it, it will just go wander off, to go think about negative things, go judge people, judge yourself. It's our emotions, and we all know that emotional state is very, very like a tornado. You think that, I don't know, have you ever found yourself in a situation where you become so aggressive and you're like, wow, I didn't know I had that in me. That's what the horse is. We have 9 main emotions, which is love. There are 4 positive, 4 negative, and 1 neutral. So the 4 positive emotions are love, joy, amazement, peace of positive stillness. I would translate it a bit different, but the idea is that. So by amazement, what we mean is, do you remember the last time you were actually surprised? Actually surprised and wow. So that's the emotion we're talking about, because nowadays it's very hard for people to get surprised and amazed, because we all want to be stuck up. I know everything, I understand this life, nothing surprises me. But that's actually not something to be proud of. It's good to be amazed, it's good to be surprised. For example, when I heard about Sюцай, when I heard about my number, and I was like, wow, that hits right in the spot. I was so amazed and so shocked and so surprised. I booked my tickets, I paid the tuition fee, and in a few days I was far, far away from Dubai. I had no winter clothes, but I was my amazement actually became something that changed my life in the end. And a piece of positive stillness is that state where you're not too happy, where you're not too sad, you're just, I'm okay. I have a clear state. Maybe I'm not super happy about it, but I'm not suffering. So that's actually the best kind of state to do productive things. So when you have certain opinions about situations, but you're not too emotional about it. And then we have 4 negative emotions, which is grief, depression, anger, and fear. I'm sure we've all been there in all 4 of them. By negative emotions, by the way, we don't mean that they're bad emotions. We need all of the emotions in our life, because that's how we actually become empathetic. That's how we learn more personal, intimate things about each other, because we actually let ourselves to feel both of them, the positive and the negative. If you want to continue your life just being on positive emotions, you're just going to be a freak, actually. And there's one neutral emotion, which is called courage. Why it's neutral? Because it can get you to positive results and it can go other ways. For example, if I say, oh, I'm not scared of anything, I can go jump off the cliff. Oh, I'm not scared of anything, I'm going to invest all my money in this crypto or something like that. Yeah, that's probably not going to end up very well for you. But on the other hand, again, the same example with me learning about the science. Yes, I was a bit scared because first I had to pay money. Second, I had to travel like very far, meet people probably that I would never meet before in my life. And when I started first openly talking about that this is actually what I've been doing, this is what my life is all about, I was super scared because I was afraid to be judged. I was afraid that my friends would turn away from me and think that I'm doing some black magic, blah, 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 but that turned to be completely opposite. So that's why courage is of a neutral emotion. And then we also have 4 aspects that sitting in our mind. So what those 4 aspects are is the first is the intellect, basically. Then there is the memory, there's ego, and enjoyment. We all know what intellect is. A lot of people confuse it with a lot of knowledge, but that's actually not the case. What intellect is your ability to process the information objectively. That's what intellect is. So if I go, let's say, learn all about psychology or business, and I'm going to say, oh, I'm so intellectual, I know all about this. But that's actually going to be completely opposite. I'm going to be super prejudiced, and I will stop myself from developing new knowledge and being open to people telling me different things, because I already assume that I'm so smart because I know everything about it. So in Sюцay, especially on the professional level, you actually learn how to build your intellect, because it will have a lot to do with the competencies that we are meant to be accumulating throughout our life. Those competencies, the most important thing, is not something you can buy. It's not something you can just go, oh, today I'm going to go learn how to be a decision maker. Oh, today I'm going to go learn how to analyze. No, those competencies are actually something you develop within yourself because of your intellect. And it goes vice versa. Your intellect becomes stronger and stronger and more, how would I say, effective, because you work on those competencies. And then we have memory, and many people think that memory is in your head, like that's everything you remember, but this actually lives in all of our bodies. So every single atom, I would say, of your body has some memory in it. And what's an evidence of that is, for example, when you look at a person and let's say he's walking like this, or he has like some weird face, or he already looks like, I don't want to talk to him, or I don't want to really interact with him, that's because his emotions are living so deep inside his memory, his negative emotions are living so deep inside his memory that his body is starting to show the evidence of that. And on the other hand, when you see like very open people, like they have good aura, they're very positive, they're very charismatic, would like to say. The opposite, that person is someone who learned how to clean his memory. Doesn't mean that nothing bad happens to him in life, but he learned how to clean his memory from that, how not to get stuck on those things. So that's a fact as well. And then of course we have our ego, which every day tells us this is what I want, this is what I don't want, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. And in order to understand your ego, we also apply the science of numbers, which will be in the next slideshow. We'll talk more about it because every ego as well has their own kind of personality. And one thing about ego, like I said before, it's not something that you should like kill inside yourself, but it's something you should become friends with, basically. You should become friends with your ego and just be like, shh, now we're working, now we want to be productive. I know we don't like this person, but we actually have to get some things done, so let's learn how to like this person, or at least how to be communicative with this person so they don't reject you as you or something like that. So yeah, ego should become your friend, not your enemy. Because I know nowadays it's very popular to say like kill your ego or ego is bad. No, you should become friends with your ego because it actually has so much potential and so much strength inside it. And we have enjoyment. I would also say pleasure instead of enjoyment. So it's the things like, oh, I know this will bring me pleasure, so of course I want to do it. And it's actually the lowest level of mind because if we were only doing things that bring us pleasure, that would make us almost as animals. You can imagine that. So again, it's not your enemy, but it's something that you should keep disciplined and understand as well how to excel in. For example, if before something that would bring me pleasure would be praise and compliments, oh, you're so smart, you're so beautiful. Now what brings me pleasure is when I do this, when I talk about this, when I excel in my ambitions, when I make things happen to me. So even pleasure can develop with you if you help it to develop. And then we have as well our consciousness, which is the green side. And consciousness, it's something that we've all forgotten about. Like, how many times do you hear, be more conscious about it, or we should make a conscious choice, as if anyone knew what that actually meant. So what that actually means is to use your intellect to make important decisions in your life instead of letting your emotions and pleasures and desires lead your path. So that's what conscious decision is to be very objective, to understand where your emotions are, where your ego is, what your memory is telling you, calm down, and act. That would be a more conscious way of doing things. And in order to transform your consciousness, first of all, of course, you need discipline, like I said before, and second, you need knowledge. But again, the way people have been accumulating knowledge is through their ego. Oh, this is very popular, this is what everyone talks about, I'm going to go learn about it, and that's going to make me more conscious. No, that's actually your ego is telling you, oh, this is popular, this is cool, this is going to bring me money, let me go invest in it or have something to do with it. So a more conscious choice will be when you understand, okay, I don't really want to do it, this is not going to bring me a lot of pleasure, or I'm very scared to do it, or I'm scared that people will judge me, but I know this is good for me. So that's what a conscious decision making is. Of course, I'm talking very briefly because we don't have a lot of time, but does anyone have questions about this so far? Everything logical, I'm assuming. Okay, and then as I was talking before, there are also competencies in life, and there's something called self-realization. So I'm sure many of you, one of the main reasons you've come here today is to understand what am I meant to be doing in life. It's funny because I was born during the times where parents wanted to decide that for kids. It's, oh, you're gonna go to this school, you're gonna take this major, you're gonna go to this university, have this diploma, that's what's gonna self-realize you. And that's not what happened in the end. I would never imagine myself standing here speaking about something like this, but this is actually what brings me to my self-realization. And how do I know that? I'm happy, I'm successful, and I actually want to do it, and I actually want to excel in it every day. And even if people are going to judge me and think that, oh, like you're doing wrong, I know myself. Everything is right because this is my conscious decision making. Maybe it's not bringing me pleasure every day because discipline is not very pleasurable. Let's admit that. Like every day, waking up early, going yoga, gym, having things actually get done by like that time, or investing money in your health, investing money in your knowledge, investing money in things other than pleasures. That requires a lot of discipline, but I'm willing to do it because that's what makes me feel self-fulfilled every day. So for me, that's my evidence. And of course, also my teacher. Like he used all of that, he applied it in his life, and he became who he is today. And competences is something that, like I said before, we build throughout the life. For example, if before I would be like, oh, the way this person is dressed, I don't like him, so I'm not gonna even talk to him. So that prevents me from opportunities. That prevents me from being more conscious, because the reality is maybe this person, even though he's dressed not the way I like it, maybe he's actually very smart, successful, wise, and most probably he has something I really want and need. So how would I get that from him? By just being, I don't like you. Of course, that's not going to get me anywhere. But there's something called, for example, logic and communication. That's one of the important competencies. And like I said before, it's not something you can buy. It's only something you can develop within yourself by actually changing your actions. So in that moment, I decide, let me use my intellect instead of my ego, and understand how can I address this person. So I already changed the way I think about it, then I change my actions, then I actually do the action, and then turns out to be, oh, he's the owner of something, and he's willing to give me a job, or he's willing to give me an opportunity. And then what do I feel? Amazement. Wow, that actually worked. That actually like brought me to something I wouldn't think it would bring me. So then, okay, now I'm actually interested in doing more of that because it makes my goals happen and it makes me feel happier, and it also changes the way I think. And that's what the ultimate goal is. So that we learn how to look at each other, not through our ego and judgments, but through the potential and uniqueness. And of course, benefits. Well, that's the reality. We all need each other for something. It's not a bad thing. That's like, if I have something you need and you have something I need, let's work together, put our ego aside. You can hate me in your personal time, but when it comes to business and making things happen, let's learn how to work together, communicate. And what's the amazing thing is that throughout this process, you will actually learn to love this person. Because what? You will understand this person more. You'll understand that you probably had some experiences, something bad happened before, or maybe the way he was raised, or where he was raised, or what traumatic past that he's had, that he's the way like that. And it's not something that should bother me if I want to just work with him and be friends with him, because we all have something in the past. So yeah, I think that's enough for this one. I'll just add in the end that in the professional level of Sюцай, we learned the success formula and happiness formula. But one important thing, which we all should understand, is that before we become successful, we will never be happy. And that's the reality. And what I mean by successful is not become super rich and a billionaire and a millionaire, because that's something society wants you to think what a successful person is. Successful person is someone who has built all of those competencies that he doesn't actually need to have a lot of money in his pocket every day. Like my teacher, for example, he never has money in his pockets, but everywhere he goes, everyone knows him, everyone is willing to work with him, everyone is trusting him, everyone actually wants to be his friends and pay for his food and clothes and everything. And how do I know that? I'm actually seeing that happen. Like if he just stands out like in the street and be like, oh, I need like $1,000, there'll be so many businessmen willing to invest and help him, but obviously he never takes, because he knows that what the benefit inside their head is. And happiness formula is something that we learn by theory for now, but the idea is that once you become stable in life, once you've accumulated a certain amount of money that's enough for you to have a house, to raise your kids, to make your family comfortable, to make yourself comfortable, this is when you can actually continue to transform, because this is when you will realize, oh, actually money is not everything, because now I have everything. And yes, of course, it's easier to cry in a Ferrari, but but I want more. And that's the beautiful nature of humans, is that we always want to become more, even when we already have everything. We always want to be more, to excel, to make other people more, to help them. That's why, by the way, a lot of millionaires and billionaires are doing charity, because they don't know how else they can help to improve this world. And Shuchai will tell you, because charity, of course, is good and great, but if you can actually create opportunities for others, create jobs for others, make them stable, make them successful, I think that's the most beautiful and practical and effective charity there can be. Not just give people money, but not teach them how to make this money. So that's what Shuchai is all about. And just an important thing I forgot to mention is that, of course, the fact that we're doing this master class in Dubai, and that we actually have the tuition that happens here every 2 months, it means that legally it has been accepted by the PhDA. The whole dissertation that my teacher is the author of has been approved by, if you can read here, under the Berne Conventions. So, what that means is that the science of Science has been read, has been approved by the Berne Convention. You can look it up if you don't know what that is. And it's accepted in 181 countries, which I believe is almost all of the world. There's some countries missing. And yeah, the legal author, and so the only person who can spread this knowledge, the only person who can actually give the teachings is Janat Kojamžarov, because all rights belong to him. And that was actually, funny enough, that was actually his strategy from the very beginning. He understood that he cannot just stand there, talk about it, even if it's so great and genius and people love it, because there's something called the universal ultimate. You can call it however you want, but the professional way of calling it would be the ultimate governing reality, which is that we all need to abide to law. And if law accepts what you're doing, you're free to do whatever you want. And that's the reality. And that's when you have that as the main like fundamental support for your idea, nothing else can stop you. You can have people hate you, you can have people judge you, you can have people tell you, oh, we don't like what you're doing. But if law is saying, yeah, you're good to go, nothing will restrict you. And this is actually something I never thought before. And when he made it part of the professional course, I was like, how could I never think about this before? This is actually so genius. we're all scared of people's opinions and judgments, and that our ideas won't be accepted by society and people. But if everything is legal, I have nothing to be afraid of. And that's how he became successful in Dubai and Istanbul as well, that he made sure that everything was legal first and that nothing can stop him. Because at the end of the day, you should only be afraid of law, because that's the only power that can actually restrict your freedom and restrict your opportunities. Other than that, it's all up to us and it's all our responsibility. So we can move on to the next one. Okay, now we've come to the most interesting part for all of you, because now you can actually see how much of this applies to you. You've all calculated your consciousness number by now, I assume. So as I said before, because I was born on the 16th, I'm in the group of 7. There are 9 groups from 1 till 9, and you just add up the numbers until 1 digit. So we'll briefly go through all of them. So the first one is obviously number 1, which is the people born on the 1st, 10th, 19th, and 28th. So their consciousness number would be 1. So the positive competencies and characteristics that these people possess is leadership, initiative, idealism, and patronage. And that's, by the way, our teacher. His energy consciousness number is 1. The negative competences would be aggression, arrogance, conservatism, and selfishness.
Sorry to interrupt, but can you explain one more time what's the procedure, how to calculate the numbers?
Okay, so for example, I was born on 16th, so I'm in the group 7, 1 plus 6.
Okay.
When is your birth?
Yeah, when is
24th.
So you were here.
2 plus 4, it's going to be 6.
Okay. So we're not looking at the month or year?
For now,
we're
no.
Okay.
For now, it's just the consciousness number. There is also a mission number, which is the full day. But for now, we need to understand this one.
And you're now explaining the first row,
The first, yeah.
which is what? People from 1 to 10, you said?
1 to, yeah, born on the 1st, 10th, 19th, and 28th.
Okay.
Yeah, so that would be group 1. And their main source of energy, so like every energy has an assigned planet, or as is mentioned here, like a celestial body, and for number 1, that's sun. That's why they can either light up the way, these people, or they can burn them. Goes either way. And again, when we say positive and negative competencies, we do not mean that as a good or bad. Actually, in the whole of the science of society, there's no such thing as good or bad. One does not exist without the other. It's just something to understand about yourself. So, for example, my mom as well, she's in the group 1, and she would often be very aggressive and arrogant and selfish. And I would also always have a lot of conflicts with her. And when I came to study about it, and when I read it, I was like, so I was mad at her for just being her. Like literally. And she was mad at me for being me, because in my negative competences, there's, like a lot of things she didn't like and didn't understand. That's the idea. So when we come on the base level to just learn this basic characteristic, you learn that this whole time you were mad at someone because they were just being them, because they were just expressing the energy that was put inside them by God. And of course, when they're not disciplined, when they're not very happy, or they just don't have energy, they will be more like inclined to illustrate their negative side, but that does not their bad. Just like you found them at the wrong time, basically. But on the other hand, when these people learn how to manage their ego, when they learn how to manage their aggression and all of those negative things, this is where positive side starts to come out. Oh, okay, so I know I'm the best, I'm number one, but how can I actually make it something impactful? How can I actually use it to help other people? And this is where you become leader, because to become a leader requires a lot of ego, actually, not in a bad way. You know what I mean by that. Then there's group 2. Is there, by the way, anyone from group 1? Okay. For some reason, I could see that.
Давай мы дадим слово нашим мастерам, как у нас есть, допустим, двоечку, может рассказать у нас двоечку.
So what's going to happen now, because half of the people sitting here are people who learned all of this, they're masters Sюцай. So this information, they're also going to try and explain to you. Because I'm 7, I like to take all the credit.
I would like to thank you for Aruzhan. Maybe if you come to study this.
Yeah, I'll just maybe talk about 7.
Yeah, to talk about 7. I would like to introduce Elina Melnik.
I think that it will be better if there is the master who's number 2.
Yeah.
Svetlana, she speak English, she do English.
I'm speaking English very bad.
It's okay, I'm speaking as well very bad, but you can try at least. Let's clap for her. It's by the way, it's her first time she's doing the master class. So we in our institute we try to give chance to explain the numbers, to explain themselves, to try to be the coach, to try to be the teacher for each master, because in our institute there is not like someone will stable for all their life. Yes, so you can come, you can join the group, and one day maybe you also will be the trainer. So everyone has chance to explain this knowledge. So let's start for the Svetlana.
I am Master Sюцай. I just only for beginning, so please understand me. My English again very bad, so but I try to explain as much as I can.
We have translator if you don't know something,
No,
so
it's fine.
someone can translate.
So is anybody here was born in 2nd, 11, 12, and 29? Number 2.
11.
No, I'm alone.
Maybe your mother, father, kids.
Or
Just
your
calculate.
relative, or maybe friends, colleague. Okay, so now you can feel my energy. What number 2 is talking about? Number 2. It is diplomatic. We are the best diplomatic. We like us sitting in two chairs. We want to be with you and we want to be with you. Because if it's conflict between, we are the one who want to keep down this conflict. So we listen carefully one person and listen carefully the other one. Attention, sorry, yeah, attention. And I'm so sorry.
It's okay, it's okay.
And we thinking. All our thought coming through our body, because our memory, you remember from the first picture, our memory living in our body. So we feel people. You see me, and I can feel you. You are happy, but what is this lady talking about? And I can talk with you, and I also can feel you. How it's happened, I don't know. I can be very happy if someone will be number 2, they understand me. I feel it, but I don't know how. The thing is, number 2, we need to think 3 days. Whichever situation comes, and we need to survive it, and we need to make decision, not immediately, never. We will try found any solution to go away. Or I can give you, oh, please, can you take decision from me instead of me? Because this is my ability. I cannot tell you decision right now. Yes, I am diplomatic, but in the same way, I'm always in doubt. What is better? This dress or this dress? This car or this car? This man, mom, maybe this man. I don't know, really, I don't know. I always doubt, 3 days, remember. And who have close around to you this number, never push this person. Never ever, because we will be in depression. We cannot decide immediately. But if I think a lot, 1 day pass, 2nd day pass, 3rd day pass, just, hey, Lana, please, you need to tell me your decision. Other way, I will be in depression because I still, like in my mind, I still need to decide. And I lost all my energy for this thinking. By the way, but then later you will know how we will lose our energy. Number 2, the consciousness is, number 2 is really in doubt, depressiveness, and
duality.
Duality.
Like dual.
Duality. Yeah, this, that, and this. And the best thing is our diplomacy, willingness to understand, willingness to understand, highly responsibility. Yes. At work, if you are boss or even you have colleague and have number 2, we are the best people who take responsibility, but a lot of questions. Why I must do this? Why this water should be in the center, not in the corner? Why he need to sit in the first level, not in the last? Why? A lot of why. And if you give me full task, you will never ask and you will never return back and never ask me why I didn't do it. Because it will be done, 100% it will be done. So, but I need from you all tasks. So what else?
I think it's enough information because we don't have a lot of time because our let's clap to Svetlana. Do you like it? Okay. Do you like it? Clap like that. Thank you so much. And we have the other masters. Who's the number 3? Amina, you want to talk? Come, you want to be a speaker, I know. So come explain number 3. Yes, come. Yaroslav also have, but Yaroslav he have other role in our institute. He's the creator of the events. But Amina, she wants to be the teacher, so let's clap for her one more time. Let's give some energy, and Amina will play for us number 3.
Hi, good evening. Thanks to you guys. Today I'm not ready at all, and I'm not sure about my English. Actually, I'm not ready. That's why some of these words I don't.
Explain how you are, who you are.
Okay. So my birthday is 3rd of July, and if somebody from you has also birthday on these dates,
3,
12, 21st or 30th. No one.
Do we have someone who's number 3?
204 собрались.
Шестерки, много шестерок. The number 6 and 7 today.
Whoever. Okay, the positive side of us that we are, as you can see, we
Determination.
know everything. It can be good and it can be bad.
Объясняй так, как ты можешь.
Sorry, not good, bad. Sorry, this is a big mistake, especially for Sюцай, because we don't have good and bad at the same time. Yeah? We have positive side and negative side of things. Yes. So I try to explain. Good things that if you ask me something, I really know many things because we love to learn, we love to study and get information all the time. Like when I wake up, for example, I don't need coffee first. I need to open YouTube and read something really about science or something, new information which can be useful for me. And negative side of this is not possible to argue with me. Actually, not possible to win at all. Because whoever try to argue, I will go to the end and try to convince in any way. And you know what is the funny thing? It's very, very principle. Even sometimes I will not really know, but I will fight for my point that I cannot accept that I don't know this. Sometimes it's really take a lot of energy. What else? Positive side is knowledge, guru. Like if you see kids born on these days, they will really. You can feel it that from beginning they have knowledge inside their head. Yes? And negative side, what you say, I know all the time. You can even recognize these people when you communicate with them. Usually they will answer, yeah, I know. This is how you recognize. And what else? Empty talk. Like, I hope I don't do this right now.
Reckless gamble.
Азартные игры, то есть вообще без...
Yeah, this is especially, as I mentioned, for example, if I start to argue with you, then you will try to convince me, and I become like I get super energy, like Superman, that I will not stop. This is maybe what you mean, I'm not sure. Yeah, it's, in Russian we say azart, like when you play with somebody in some games, you will get, but in our case, especially when we argue, because we want to show how smart we are. What else? I think that's enough. Yeah.
Okay, I a little bit add information about them. Thank you so much. Okay, so you know some people with this day of birth, so you have to understand that these people, they always listen to what you spoke about, but they never hear you. You understand the difference? They will act like they listen you, but they will not really hear you, because all the time they have analysis in their mind. They always analyze everything, all your words, and in the end of your speech, they know already they know already how you will finish. They know already what you will talk about. So if they count you like a smart person, yes, so they will try to add more information from you. But if they think that you are stupid, so they just will act that. They will sit with you, they will look at you, but their mind will be somewhere else, because they already know how it will be. And these people, they good leader as well, because these people, they don't have the people who's, like for example, like if this person take someone from the family to the work, they will have same they will have same responsibility. They will take same responsibility from the family person in the same person from the street. They will never take that. Oh, you are my friend, so I will be more good for you. No, you have to be they have instruction. So everyone should follow instruction what they have in their mind. So you have to understand that, you cannot, as Amina say, that you cannot argue with these people, because they have all the knowledge and the instruction and their law. This is the police officer, the main police officer. So they will always control how you follow the rules, how you follow instruction and all this stuff. Okay, so this is about 3 without Aziza. Let's stop to Aziza. This is number 4. She also was ready. No one was ready today except Aruzhan to speak. But let's try. Everyone should try.
That's gonna be hard for me because this is a number 4, so my mind is up there. So I'm not here. So I'm not gonna start with the structure that everyone was talking. I'm gonna talk about which planet I was born and what's the meaning of my planet and where's my energy and all of this alien stuff that I'm doing all the time. So, number 4, it's
there is someone number 4?
Was born.
Yes.
Numbers who was born under the planet Rocket. So I'm not going to go further with the mythology, but Rahu planet is like the head of the dragon. So what I'm meaning by the head of the dragon, that we have mostly the energy in our mind, in our head. So basically for number 2, you've seen that the energy is in the body, so they feel everything in the body. So for us, it's everything in our mind. So in terms of everything that's happening in our life, mind is working faster than the body. So we're sometimes lazy, but not all the time. In terms of what we are going to do. So if you look at the positive competency characteristics, so we are justice fighters, creativity innovators, and transformators. Why we are talking about the creativity and innovators? So most of the innovators who was innovating a very high stuff that we are using now, the lighting and everything, it was also under number 4. So mostly we have this energy very connected to the cosmos. So we feel the energy, and sometimes we talk about the things that no one can understand, but we really try to let people understand about it. So it's coming within. So that's why our mind works very hard. So about the justice fighters, we take people in the same level. So basically we are kind to you, we are kind to you. So in terms of giving and sharing, if it's my friend or it's someone else, but they're all in one room, we're going to share it equally. So in terms of justice. So in terms of transformators, so they didn't add something there, but I'm going to say, so we have a tunnel vision in terms of number 4, is the people who are very good at putting goals. So basically what comes up in our mind, we already have a tunnel vision that we want to do without even any analysis, which is, we call it without any, we have these distractions. So sometimes when we put goals, the distractions that we have all the time, because we have the goals that comes 1 goal, 2nd, 3rd, and 5th, and all these goals that distract us from one another. So that time we come on the negative part. So when we come on the negative part, we need to learn how to do the analysis, so to know what goal is coming 1st and 2nd and 3rd. Where else? I don't know. So really honest people in terms of we never lie, and we can lie sometimes. Sorry guys, but I need to tell you, when we are in the negative pause, we lie. I forgot how to say no. Мы можем интрижки делать.
We can just build some intrigues.
In terms of to win something. There is one thing, is dissatisfaction, which is I wanted to talk about the dissatisfaction. So number 4 in terms of emotional part, it's not very emotional people. So basically they cannot show the surprise and amazement when they see something in life. So for example, if I want a car, and I got the car, but I didn't feel that satisfaction or oh, I got a car, that's fine, so I'm gonna get something else. So again, after one goal to another goal, we don't feel this is satisfaction. We just only get it and we jump to another goal. So some people put so much emotions, we are a little bit low of emotions, and sometimes people don't understand that they do something for us and they think that we are taking it for granted, just because of we are not surprised about it, but just because of we are not as emotional. That's it.
Thank you.
Japan will tell about the G5.
Yes.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming, and I'm really happy to see you all. This is a really great step for you to understand yourself first. And I know that everyone came here just to listen about themselves only, but if you know about others, it's very helpful for you to understand the world around, the people around you, and it will make your life easier. So, I was not born on this or on this dates. I'm 7, but I will tell you about the people who were born on 5th. Who was born on these days?
5, 14, 23.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Okay, at least one person.
At least one person. Yes.
So these people are, being 7. I couldn't understand those people because they're so logical. they're so like they live in like inside their like certain rules in life. They will never do like step here, step there, because in their mind everything is logically already done, and they follow this logic. So, but I love these people because they are very how can I say? They are very different from others because they are very stylish. It's the first thing that I really noticed about them. They like they like aesthetics. They like everything beautiful and nice, and they always strive to live in a higher level of living. So, and usually they have very strong communication skills. That's why it brings them to that level, I think. Okay, let's talk about the. I'm shaking because it's like the first time I'm like in English. I'm making a master class. So let's talk about the positive sides. It's as I already told, it's high communication skills. For example, if you enter in a room of like different numbers, the fives will be the first ones who will start talking to you. They will break their ice, and they're very like communicative, friendly, and that's why like they're best traders. Like if you put, for example, if you're a company and you put somebody in like five, they will be really great in communicating and trading and selling. Also, fortune. This is like it's said that until 36 years old, their fortune is like they're very fortunate, which means that they are very lucky in life. Do you feel that?
Yeah, I do.
How? Tell us a little bit about that.
Everything I do, I always have my way. So that's kind of luck. But I'm Christian too, so I kind to think it like favor of God.
Yeah.
Yeah, so luck and favor of
But
God.
you feel that everything is like going your way.
My way, yeah.
How old are you now?
I'm going to 30 soon.
30 soon.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Like you still have 6 years. For 6 years, you need to build your business and like set up your business. So after that, it will be more like successful. That's what they say. So now you have like 6 years of fortune. It doesn't mean that it will close or like you will stop being fortunate. You know, it depends on your energy of how you work on yourself. And business and trade that I've already mentioned about it. So like very good traders and communicators. Also, they really like freedom. That's what also I like about. Do you like freedom? Yeah, and also.
Everybody does.
Actually, it's more freedom is about.
No, really? Yeah, I love freedom. That's why I cannot even walk for somebody because I love my freedom.
Exactly. Yeah.
And also scared about your body.
Well,
And scared about your body.
Really take care of your body, health, and
you have to.
you know, yeah.
You have to.
How can you
Invest.
invest in your body?
Yes, for sure. Your body is everything.
How can you differentiate like fires? They usually always say no because they inside they really how can I say they are fighters for the righteous things always, and these righteous things they already have set their own righteous things in their minds. That's why like if they see that something is wrong, something is doing something like as they think it's not right, they will fight for it. And usually when you ask and when you talk to them, they will always say no. The first thing they say is no. So then you can understand that these are their fires. What about, let's say about the negative. This was one of the negative kind of thing. Inconsistency. Inconsistency in как можно сказать inconsistency?
Like, no, when you're inconsistent, basically like what
No, I know what this means, like, терка на inconsistent.
Как ты это переводишь?
Как на не постоянно.
не постоянно начинает что-то и не продолжает метать.
So,
То есть нет вот этого
for example, number 5, they can start a project or they can think of a project, but if they don't start acting upon it, they'll move on to another thing. So that's why they have a lot of unfinished projects.
It's not only about the project, it's about the life. So
Yeah,
we
yeah.
usually got married a few times.
Because
Because we are not able to
yeah.
stay in one marriage and we go into
Yeah.
another one and another one and another one.
Say that again?
Everything would. If you do business, you will make it a lot. If you do child, you will make it a lot. If you do marriage, you will make it a lot.
If you're not doing marriage, you will never have
There you
it.
go.
And also it goes goes to their partners as well, you know, like because like you think in your mind that there is maybe probably a better one. And you
Yeah,
get to the
yeah,
other one.
too much.
The other one is like
Yeah,
so
that's
together.
yeah.
Yeah, carelessness, because they're very cold people. Like they seem like they are very introverted, like
No,
super-
no, you're right.
Yeah,
Protective.
they don't express their emotions a lot. But inside they are like really like kind and all, but they really don't express their emotions a lot. And also like one thing about thieves are they are very, they get upset very fast. For example, it's very easy to make them get disappointed or upset because their heart is very like fragile. And this is the main thing where you need to focus on because like you need to let go of the bad things and negativity. And then their energy will flow, you will open your waist, you know, that's how it works. And madness, extremism, and rigidity, it goes to the coldness. Like they might be, for example, very cold-minded, cold-hearted people. These are the people, how do you call them in English?
Best killer.
Best killers, actually, yeah.
If they will shoot the kid, they will not move, they will not shake, you know, they will directly shoot.
Like that meme from the Olympics, the Turkish guy.
No help?
Yeah, basically this is like the short information about this. If you have questions, you may ask any questions about this.
I will explain, I think I will explain number 6. Yeah, I'm number 9, but I will explain also number 6 because I'm living with number 6. My ex-date was number 6, so I understand these people a lot. So there is a lot of number 6. Yeah, at least I know two of the guys who was born 6, 15, and 24th. Yeah, like there is 2 guys. Number 6, this is the person who the planet's work is Venus. Yeah, we know that Venus is about love, it's about comfort, it's about the positive energy. So that everyone want to come to number 6, to these people, to the creator. We call these people the creator. So everyone coming to this person and keep talking them all the secrets. So because it's very comfortable people. So they born for comfort, love, and sex. That's only what they want in their ego. Yes, so these people, like you have to sleep a lot because if you not sleep, so you have a lot of emotions, and when you sleep, so emotions cool down a little bit. So when you don't have high emotions, you can be very good creator. So the guy which is number 6, he's the artist. As I know, yeah, he do training for the artistic training. So this is what you was born for. It's good. It's your realization. These people very comfortable. These people very smart. But for example, I tell that number 3 is very smart. Yes, but they smart because they like to study a lot. They read all the book. They do all this. They find the information. But number 6, if they not have high emotions, they smart by the God reason. The God he give them mudrost. Это как будет?
Wisdom.
Yeah. Okay, the wisdom. Then you have this from the born. So these people they always try to find some work where they cannot work a lot. You know, they will not physically working a lot. That's why these people they sometimes they go into the crime. You know, that's the crime. So if the number 3 is the boss of police, yeah, I told you that's police officer. So the boss of mafia, this is number 6, because they always build comfortable relationship to get some money without hard work. So this is, as I told already, this is very comfortable people. Everything what they will do, they will build comfortable relationship, do not get any stress in their life. For them, they understand that money is good, the luxury life is good, so these people very good in the work when they will sell some exclusive, expensive stuff. If it's a watch, so it should be some expensive watch in the limited collection. If it's a property, so it should be the VIP. If it's a car, so it should be the more expensive car in the world, you know. So in this way, they will be very good. they always want to have comfort. You know, comfort, this is the more important. And if you make for this person uncomfortable situation, so make sure that you will have revanche. You know, there always will be revanche. The person will find, but these people never go straight to revanche. They will do this by someone's hands. How is going? You already remember from what I started talking, yeah? You told all the secrets for this person. So by mistake, like they don't have they don't have this in their mind. They don't want to make something bad for you. But if you already make something bad for them, what make them feel uncomfortable, they by mistake they will tell something for other person. You know, this is how they act. Oh, our teacher come. Let's clap for them.
Я вас всех приветствую.
So welcome to everyone.
Ну что, все русскоговорящие, что ли?
Нет.
Да?
50 на 50.
А где Зубра?
Я переведу. Зубра вышла, это наш переводчик.
Очень приятно. Меня зовут Жанат.
So my name is Janat.
Основатель этой науки.
I'm the founder of the science.
Вы, наверное, уже сказали, да, что она представлена в 180 странах мира.
So already you've heard that the science is represented is in 181 countries of the world.
И тем, кто проходит эту науку, даст возможность реализоваться как в личной жизни, так и в бизнесе.
And if you actually study that, the science, you will have a chance to realize yourself in business as well as your personal life.
Так, мне надо выключить. Выключить, да. О. У меня сейчас есть пару вопросов, которые я задам, чтобы вы могли ответить. Хорошо?
Okay, Janat has a couple of questions. He will ask you, so you can answer.
Что такое потенциал?
What is
Чем
potential?
измеряется потенциал?
How can you measure potential? In what?
What potential?
So what is potential?
Тогда дадим обозначение буквы П. Верно?
Okay, so we'll just mark potential as P.
Да. Она равно чему? Энергии.
So it equals energy.
Согласны или нет?
Do you agree with that?
Есть понимание?
Do you understand that?
Энергия равно чему?
So energy equals what?
Да, money.
Money.
Все просто, да?
So it's all easy, right?
Теперь давайте все это переведем на нас с вами.
Okay, now let's kind of transfer everything to ourselves.
Есть люди, кто рожденный 1 числа?
Anyone is born here on the
1,
1st.
10, 19, кто родился?
So 1, 10, 19.
Нет, кто? 1, 19, 10. Есть?
Yeah, that one.
О,
1,
о.
10, 19. Of any month.
Ну,
Ah,
10.
10.
Сам.
Okay.
My name is Жанат. Так, смотри. Есть ли у него частная компания?
Do you have some private business company?
No. This logistics and supply chain.
Он работает в логистике.
Я понял, да. Хочет ли он иметь частную компанию?
Do you want to have your private business, your company?
So yeah.
Все время. Он
Всё время.
будет хотеть этого.
And you will keep wanting this.
Особенно в тот момент, когда ему приходится подчиняться кому-то.
Especially when you'll have to kind of, you know, subjugate to somebody. Like you'll have to work under somebody.
Так, теперь смотрите. Мы рисуем его.
This is you, he's drawing you.
Yeah. Теперь его потенциал.
Your potential now.
Его потенциал должен быть равен энергии. Верно?
Your potential
Энергии.
should be equal to energy, right?
Есть три варианта.
There are 3 versions.
Три варианта. Он владелец своей компании.
So you're a business owner, this is one.
То есть он владелец того, большая энергия.
So
Чуть
lots of
меньше,
energy.
он руководитель
Here,
компании.
if you have a bit less of energy, you're a director or manager of a company.
Или он ответственное лицо компании.
A bit less, you're just some responsible person in the company.
Или вот просто клерком.
Or if you have just a bit of energy, just a clerk, you know, just an employee.
В трех случаях человек будет иметь разный потенциал.
So in these versions of the reality, you'll have different potential.
Теперь смотрим. Это его внутреннее состояние, это его потенциал. В тот момент, когда он сам в частной компании, вот теперь смотрим его энергия. Его энергия – это его логика, его стратегия. Она будет очень высокая.
So let's look at the first version. Yeah, when you own your own business, your energy will be high. This is your strategy. This is your potential.
Потому что его эго, я хочу вырабатывать глобальные цели.
Because your ego tells you, I
Идеи.
want to work on global ideas, global goals, big.
Вот этот потенциал всегда равен идее. Энергия равна идее, идея равна деньгам.
So you see what happens, you have potential that equals to energy, energy is equal to idea, and then this idea equals to money.
Well, я как он.
So Janat is like you,
Ага. Я тоже единица.
he's also one.
Я работал в компании Philip Morris 17 лет.
He used to work for 17 years in the company Philip Morris.
В компании работало 2000 человек.
There were
всего.
2,000 employees in the company.
Ширина компании была 1 километр в ширину, 2 километра в длину.
So the size of the company, or the size of the company was 1 kilometer in width and 2 kilometers in length.
То есть моя энергия была равна вот этому.
So his energy was equal just to that.
Мой потенциал в организме вырабатывал вот это руководитель, вот тут.
He was the leader, so like his body was generating this energy, this level of energy.
До этого я был ответственен всего за 10% вот этого объема.
So he was responsible at the start for just 10% of this volume.
И у меня идеи, потенциал, вырабатывал энергии для идей. Всего лишь вот этот кусок.
So you know, Janat, yeah, he just generated energy just enough for this piece, for 10%.
Вот тут мне не пришлось быть. Тут был бы у меня минус.
If he had been there, he would have gone into the minus. But he wasn't there.
На сегодняшний день я нахожусь вот здесь.
So today, Janat is here. in
Я
this
имею
position.
на 180 стран мира глобализацию своей идеи.
He globalized his idea for 181 countries in the world.
И тогда у меня стратегия, эта стратегия, будет на 181 стран мира.
So now his strategy spreads to like 181 countries of the world.
Understand? То есть моя потенциал равен энергии, равна идее, идея равна деньгам.
So in his case, it's true. So his potential equals to energy, energy equals to idea, and the idea translates into money.
Окей? То есть мне идут деньги с Португалии, Италии,
So I'm getting money from
Испании,
Portugal,
Германии.
Italy, Spain, Germany.
Хотя на английском я знаю всего 30 слов.
So I know just 30 words in English.
But I have potential.
But he has potential.
Понимаете?
Do you understand the idea?
Понимаю. Теперь смотрите. Потенциал в корне находится в человеке вот здесь. Есть понимание? То есть энергия течет куда? Вот здесь.
So see potential, yeah? Your energy flows where? Here.
Потенциал это и есть потенция. То есть чем больше я владелец, тем больше у меня потенциала, потенции
So potential and potency are the same root of the word. So the more potential you possess, the more potency you have, like sexual drive.
Есть понимание?
Do you understand?
Она очень хорошо понимает.
She understands it very well.
Ей невероятно нравится
Also, a lot.
вопрос потенции.
She loves the question of sexual drive and
Поняли, да? А у этого человека, когда я был имел только расстояние вот такое, и на 2000 человек, то есть было вот такое, всего лишь на
so when
этом.
Janat used to work here,
Стратегия
he
была
controlled
такая.
just 2,000 people, yeah? It was just this much, the energy. And the
А
sexual
когда я
drive
был
as
еще
well.
вот этим ответственным, у меня было вот так, и стратегия была только вот так. То
So
есть
he was
у
just
меня был
responsible
слишком маленький.
for a small number of people. Then, of course, the strategy was shorter, the potential was shorter, smaller.
Я сейчас понимаю,
So do you understand that?
почему надо знать эту науку.
So that's why you have to know the science.
Если ты узнаешь себя,
Because if you understand, if you get to know yourself,
тогда ты будешь знать, кого куда поставить на профориентацию.
then you will know where to place people for proper orientation.
Тогда коэффициент полезного действия компании поднимется.
So then basically your company, you know, the efficiency of your company will rise.
Есть среди вас люди, у кого есть своя компания?
Do we have people here who own their own business? They have their own company.
Ну, да? Ага. Своя компания есть, да? Дата рождения скажи.
What is your birth date?
Birthday.
5th of...
Шестерка?
Пятое.
Пятая полностью.
Okay, the full date of birth.
Full.
It's October,
Yeah.
5th of October, and the year?
94.
94.
Ага. Общая сумма сколько выходит? 7? 2. 94 год, ему только 30 лет.
So they're just 30 years old, right?
Да. Теперь смотрим 5.
Okay, let's look at 5.
Теперь ты садись.
Now you can...
О, иди сюда. Сейчас он руководствует логистикой.
So now you're a logistics manager, yes?
Yes?
Logistics, supply chain, integrity.
Exactly. So пока еще нет дорос до менеджера, потому что
Значит, он вот здесь, он ответственный или просто...
Нет, вот здесь ответственный.
Вот здесь?
Да, exactly. То есть ответственный за какую-то небольшую
Участок.
участок.
То есть у тебя
So now you're
сколько
there.
подчинения людей
How many
или
people are under you?
объем груза?
Or like how much, let's say, okay, in logistics, when you talk about load, yeah? How many tons do you operate with? Like what is the volume that you work with when it comes to logistics, let's say?
It's a 30,000 feet square feet warehouse.
Ah.
So,
So you control it?
yeah.
Responsible. В его как бы распоряжении находится огромный склад, 30 тысяч
О, так я не работал. Я всю жизнь занимался складом.
He was working with storage facilities.
Storage supervisor.
Yes.
Supervisor, да? Because I was two
Ну,
supervisor.
получается, да, как супервайзер.
Да, супервайзер, то есть склада хранения. То есть в объеме, получается, он руководитель этого склада. У него, значит, склад будет размер 100 на 100 метров.
So for example, your
Он
storage
за
is
эту
100
только
by
несет
100 meters.
ответственность.
So this is your responsibility level, right?
То есть идеи у него только будут вот в этом
So your
квартале.
ideas will be kind of
Limited.
only here.
О,
in this
limited.
level.
Limited. Он шарит. Capacity, верно? Capacity limited. Окей? Вот и все. То есть ты вот здесь находишься, то есть идеи только limited. Сюда перейдешь, no limited.
So if you move to this version of reality, then
Big
no
idea.
limitations.
Big idea. Идея, да?
Idea.
Идея.
Looking to move. So,
Он ждет, когда
Ага.
двинется.
You need to study.
Сейчас есть понимание?
Do you understand now?
Его потенциал
Your potential sexual drive
и мой потенциал.
and his potential.
У кого больше?
So who is more?
Просто это информация для женщин, как выбирать партнера.
So it's important information for ladies how to choose a partner.
It's grow with time.
Есть сейчас понимание, да?
So you understand, like there's some understanding
Как женщина должна выбирать
how a
партнера.
woman should choose a partner for life.
Поэтому это информация для женщин.
So this
Существует
information for
9
ladies.
компетенций от 1 до 9.
So there are 9 competences from 1 to 9.
9-я компетенция – это безопасность женщины.
Like the 9th competency for ladies would be safety. Safety.
Что такое любовь для мужчины?
What is love for a
В вашем
man?
представлении женщины.
In your understanding, in a для женщин.
Да.
Okay, how do women understand love? What is your understanding of that?
Что такое любовь мужчины?
What is a man's love?
Пусть сами скажут.
Responsibility, safety, people say.
Есть у него мужчина?
Do you have a man? Заботиться о тебе.
Забота – это 3-я компетенция.
Okay, taking care of someone would be the 3rd competence.
Самое важное для женщин – это 9-я компетенция – безопасность собственного тела.
So for a woman, the most important thing, competency, would be number 9, which is safety of her own body.
Каждая женщина, когда находится рядом со мной, чувствует вот эту безопасность.
So every woman, when she's next to me, to Janat, she feels exactly this 9th competency, safety.
Потому что у меня высокий уровень стратегии за счет высокого потенциала.
Because he has a very high level of strategy. Why? Because his potential is very high too.
В жизни все связано, взаимосвязано.
In life, everything is connected and related.
Understand?
Do you understand?
Понятно? Куда тебе надо двигаться?
So do you understand where you have to move?
Yes.
Понятно или нет?
So is it clear?
Вот этот момент понятен или нет?
Like exactly this moment, this theory.
Ну, я понял.
А вы к пятерке вернетесь?
Да, мы вернемся сейчас к 5.
Now we'll go back to number 5.
Кем работает?
What's your job?
I don't have a job. I have my own small.
То есть у него нет работы как таковой, так как у него своя маленькая компания.
Вот эта маленькая компания чем занимается?
So what about your small company? What does it do?
It's a communication company.
Коммуникация.
Теперь включите
Цифры.
вот эти профориентации. О. То есть, когда мы говорили про цифру 5, он понял ли это, вот это есть коммуникация?
In scaling.
Да. Вот здесь, да, где масштабирование. Человек масштабирует, если есть коммуникация. Скажите мне.
So see, this is your competency. You can scale up whatever if you have good communication. This is your strength.
Каждую минуту он хочет, эго хочет его масштабировать, то, что он делает.
Your ego every minute wants to scale up whatever you do.
Он это понимает?
Do you understand that? Do you feel that
Yes.
yourself?
Actually, it's true. That's why I came.
Он говорит, да, это правда, и поэтому он сюда и пришел.
Да. Каждый момент хочет масштабировать. То есть это отрасль, это сторона, это отрасль, в которой должен работать человек.
So basically it's a branch. That's the field where you have to work. This side.
Да, отрасль, это институт, в котором должен учиться. Институт и отрасль, они вместе связаны.
So basically, like, you know, that's the higher education, like institute or university you have to study because it's connected to the industry or to the field of your work.
Эта сторона, это факультет и деятельность, специализация человека, которую он получит в этой отрасли.
So this side, it's the faculty, the specialization of the person that he will obtain in this field, in this industry.
Здесь он получает специализацию в своем факультете и начинает работать в этой отрасли.
So here you study, you get specialization, yes, on faculty, and then you start working in this industry.
И обладать вот этими талантами.
And then you possess these talents.
Можешь выйти сюда.
Can you come up here?
Ты согласен с тем, что для тебя все должно быть логично?
Do you agree that everything should be logical to you?
Yeah, definitely.
Да, абсолютно.
Верно?
Хорошо.
Все, что правильно, для тебя верно.
Everything that is correct would be right to you.
Yes, kind of. Some here and there, but yes.
Ну, в какой-то степени, да.
Да. То есть,
I need to verify.
То есть ему нужно все утвердить, подтвердить,
да,
проверить.
чтобы понять пользу, найти пользу в этом мире.
So to understand what the use of this is.
Чтобы оттуда извлечь пользу. Из этой правильности есть ли польза?
So like you have to understand whether you can get benefits, whether you can use.
I need to weigh the pros and cons.
Правильно,
Да.
баланс и оттуда не понял. Ему нужно найти коммуникацию с кем-то и через эту коммуникацию получить пользу есть или нет.
And through this communication to understand whether there is benefit or not.
Yes.
Отлично. Пойдем сюда. Вот смотрите. Его потенциал будет находиться не только в коммуникации, а в техническом интеллекте.
So your potential is not just in communication, but also your technical intellect.
Технический интеллект – это работа, вот это технический интеллект, схемы.
Like schemes, mapping, this is technical intellect.
Он мир воспринимает через схему, чтобы все было логично.
You see the world logically, like a scheme, like a table.
Yes, in communication you have to do that.
В коммуникации вы должны именно так действовать.
We map them with dots actually. We do mapping with dots.
То есть они все действительно делают схематично.
Схема. Это же схема. Это скажите, это же схема.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you should. You put it on the drawing board and then you make strategic move. So my company is based in my country and I want to scale it. So that's why I came here to Dubai because I see it's a growing population and people need this and this. So that's why where there's a problem, you solve the problem, then everything comes in.
То есть его компания вообще базируется в его стране. What country are you from?
Kenya.
Кения.
Yes.
Да, но он хочет масштабировать свою компанию, он видит
поэтому он приехал сюда.
он приехал в Дубай.
О,
То есть этой задачей как раз является.
да, в этой задаче размножить компанию.
So you want to
Масштабировать.
grow to multiply your company.
Yes.
Но чтобы его размножить, ему нужно работать много с техническим интеллектом, где существуют схемы.
So, but to multiply your company, you have to work a lot with the technical intellect where you have skills.
Yes, that's what I did. That's why I decided to choose here, because you need to see where there is potential, where there is benefit, with the market gap. Is it a growing society, something or something?
Потому что он хочет продавать.
Нет, он приехал в Дубай, да, чтобы оценить как раз возможности своей
Да.
компании, оценить рынок.
Да,
Есть
да.
вообще возможность туда
Да,
вставиться.
войти в рынок.
Да.
So it's a strategic move.
Да,
То есть стратегический такой был
теперь,
стратегическое
что его
решение.
стратегия выражена вот здесь.
So your strategy is applied
Здесь,
here.
если у него работает потенциал технического интеллекта, вот
If the
здесь,
potential of technical intellect works here,
у него получается коммуникация,
so the communication,
то есть много коммуникаций,
so you have lots of communication.
много коммуникаций, которые будут стоять много,
So this is all communication, a lot.
но все эти коммуникации должны быть для него правильные.
But all these types of communication should be right to you.
Тогда он возьмет здесь пользу.
Then you'll get benefit.
А польза это и есть его идея.
But benefit is your idea.
Вот понял, он приехал сюда за пользой.
So
Это
you
и есть
think
его
you
идея,
should
которую он
strive
взял.
for benefits, which is your idea.
Benefit and helping people as well.
И также помогать людям.
Это вторично.
No, this is something.
Это мораль.
This is moral.
Вся суть, которую он пришел, найти идею.
The essence why you've come here is to find idea.
Потому что у него нет идей. Он не рожден с идеями.
You were not born with ideas.
У него нет идей, Бог ему не дал.
Like God didn't give you ideas.
Потому что он везде логика смотрит, правильно или
Because to
неправильно.
you logic is important. You are checking everything correct, incorrect. Right, not right.
Если я идею нахожу через каждые 3 секунды, он каждую идею смотрит, есть ли польза или нет.
Like Janat, for example, sees ideas every 3 seconds. For you, you will always check this idea for benefits.
Если нет пользы, значит нет идей.
No
Всё.
benefit, no idea, that's it.
Согласен?
Do you agree with this?
For me, everything has to make sense to go with it.
Да, то есть для него все должно иметь смысл вообще, чтобы пойти.
Да, чтобы должна быть смысл, это и есть польза.
But see, if it makes sense, this is benefit.
Yes.
И так живет каждый человек.
And everyone lives like that,
Каждую минуту.
like every minute.
Ага. Поэтому, когда каждый человек реализует свой потенциал,
So when every person realizes his or her potential,
потенциал находится в груди вот здесь.
the potential
Примерно,
lives
для
here in
понимания.
your chest, just for your understanding.
У человека появляются идеи.
Then you get ideas.
Потенциал – это и есть идея.
So
заработать
potential means ideas, is
И-
ideas.
Когда есть идея, у человека появляется стратегия.
So when you get ideas, then you get strategy.
Если у него хорошо работает технический интеллект, схемы,
If your technical intellect works well, like schematic thinking, schemes,
у него много коммуникаций,
and you have lots of communication,
а коммуникация – это деньги.
and communication is money.
Потому что через коммуникацию он найдет пользу.
Because through communication, you'll get benefit.
Польза есть идея, идея равна деньгам.
So benefit equals idea, idea equals money.
Поэтому его эго хочет масштабировать,
So
и
your
он приехал с
ego,
другой стороны сюда, чтобы сделать масштаб.
your ego wants to scale up. That's why you've come here to Dubai, to another country, to scale up.
Yeah.
А масштабировать хочет зачем? Спроси меня.
Why do you want to scale up? What for?
Not really, but yes, to make more.
Расскажи.
Ну, чтобы иметь больше, делать
Нет.
больше.
Масштабировать хочет для того, чтобы стать частью высшего общества.
Okay, you want to scale up to become part of the higher society.
Иди сюда.
It's one of the
Come
benefits.
again. That's nice.
Это основа. Это основа
This is the
его
basis.
«я хочу».
Of you, I want.
Он масштабирует, чтобы дать пользу людям, подняться, используя пользу, и стать частью высшего света. Посмотрите, как он одет стильно.
First of all, like look
Yeah.
at how you dressed. So stylish. So basically you want to scale up to give benefit to people, and through this benefit
Видно,
to
что ты
rise
идешь.
in the
Стиль.
society.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Стиль.
So you have style.
Спасибо.
Если хочешь разбогатеть,
So if you want to get rich,
начинай реализовывать, продавать стильные вещи.
so try to like start selling stylish things, clothes,
Потому что ты понимаешь стиль.
because you understand style.
Стиль он везде, и ты его можешь найти и его применить.
Style is everywhere. You can find it, you can use it, you can implement
I
it.
think there's better people in style than me.
Он говорит, ну, есть люди получше, чем я.
I choose communication because people
Если
speak
он так
all-
считает, у него, значит, технический интеллект слабо работает, потенциал
If you
слабый.
think like this, your technical intellect is not working well enough, it's weak. And the
No,
potential is weak.
I chose communication because I think people keep on speaking, they will never stop speaking, so I can monetize it more rather than closing. And what else? Communication
let me
requires.
say-
Okay, so
То есть он выбрал коммуникацию, почему? Потому что люди говорят, никогда не устанут говорить, не перестанут.
А он
И
его
это
не
можно
выбирал, это его
монетизировать.
данность.
I know, this is your kind of, it's given to you, it's your given communication.
Это твоя данность.
You didn't choose it. It's your given.
Это данность, ты родился с этим.
You were born
Называется
with this.
холодная коммуникация. предприниматель,
It's like
бизнесмен.
whole communication, businessman,
Oh, yeah.
entrepreneur.
Because for me, fashion and design requires a lot of effort, too much people, while IT just requires a small team of people you can manage, you can control. But
Yes, yes, yes.
fashion, it's kind of hectic.
То есть он говорит, если работать с одеждой, с модой, с дизайнерами, да, это всегда много людей, это всегда очень много энергии, это ему не подходит, то есть он предпочитает работать с IT.
Да, то есть
Там
для
маленькая
него
команда.
подходит как IT, так и люди, и стиль. Но надо знать, чем больше коммуникаций, тем больше денег.
So basically, yes,
Yeah.
you okay with IT, with people, communication, but you have to know that the more communication you have, the more money
Yeah.
will come.
Yes, and I would tend to agree with him because maybe if I was raised in a different environment, I would have done fashion. Because also the environment kind of dictates what you want to do.
Он говорит, если бы я вырос в другой какой-то окружающей среде, возможно,
Ментально
я ушел
другая.
бы, скажем, в дизайн, там, в продажу одежды, да,
Да,
красивый
да, да.
стиль.
Он правильно говорит.
Я
То
was
есть
saying the right thing.
ментальность другая, например.
Mentality is different,
Да.
right?
Если бы он родился во Франции, французский африканец,
For example, if you had been born in France,
тогда он бы занимался как раз стилем.
then you would maybe be doing now something in
Yeah,
that
that's
style.
yeah, maybe that's so. Yes.
Он говорит, возможно, да, это
Да.
правда.
Поэтому он родился в Кении, ему приходится теперь отойти от стиля. Там одежда не нужна в Кении.
Expensive clothes. Yeah. You cannot sell clothing there. Yeah. So environment dictates this one.
Да, это, говорит, среда обитания.
Да, среда обитания, там одежды не надо, шорты и рубашка,
Just
и на весь год.
shorts, t-shirt.
Но прическа у тебя стильная.
But your hairstyle is well stylish.
Ah, thank you. You look good. Yeah, it looks good.
И ваш тоже.
Понятно стало, как каждый человек живет.
So you understand how each person lives.
То есть здесь заложены наша отрасль, где мы должны работать, здесь наша специализация,
So
наша
here we have
работа.
the industry where we are supposed to be working, and there you have our specialization on the right.
Здесь заложены наши таланты.
Here we have our talents.
У кого есть вопросы, чтобы один вопрос ответить, наверное, уже закончился.
Any questions?
It's the first time here. Would you like to ask? Yeah, because you asked
I
me.
have a question. My ego always tells me that I am better than everyone.
То есть у него эго постоянно ему твердит, что он лучше, чем все остальные.
Он семерка или
Единица.
единица?
Sorry?
7, 1, what is your number?
One.
Ah, единица.
Все правильно?
Yeah. So
Ты родился, ты царь.
Because you were born the king.
Президент.
So,
Президент.
president.
King.
but still there is some fear deep inside which does not allow me to like explode, you know?
Но у него глубоко внутри все равно сидит страх, который не позволяет ему прям вот взрыв этот совершить и
Да.
выйти.
Вот я вышел из страха.
Все, he exploded. He conquered this fear.
Поэтому я на 181 стран открыл программу.
That's why his programs in 181 countries.
То есть я вышел из этого страха.
He just came out of this fear. That's what you said, exploded.
Мы как раз эти страхи показываем и этому обучаем.
So exactly, we look at these fears, we show them, and we teach how to.
Скажи дату рождения, birthday.
What is
Full
the
birthday.
birthday date?
10th
10
December
12
1986.
1986.
Сколько лет ему?
What's your age? How old are you?
37.
37?
Какая месяц?
37.
37.
Который сейчас?
1-1, да?
1-1?
One, yeah.
Как?
1-1.
1-1. Кем он работает?
What's your job? What do you do?
Stock management. Like
Руководитель или нет?
Are you a lead or not?
logistic, yeah, I do lead supply chain and logistics.
А тоже логистика,
Ага.
доставка. То есть
Всё.
у него, да, менеджер.
Вот. Теперь смотрим сюда. Он обладает стратегией, вот этот первый, он стратегист.
So you are strategists. The first one, you are the strategist.
Потому что он считает себя самым, как он сказал вначале, самым
Because you
лучшим.
consider yourself the most, what you said?
Most important.
Самым важным.
Самым важным. То есть самым важным, без него ничего не
So
решается.
without you, nothing will be decided, nothing will be solved.
Вот здесь leadership.
So here, look, leadership.
Вот это он действует как leadership.
Because you act as a leader, yeah?
Он же на работе эту деятельность
Because that's
выполняет.
what you do at work. You lead.
That's
Да.
correct.
То есть он на работе, да, он
That's
work.
correct.
That's right.
Чтобы решить проблему, чтобы сделать лучше,
So to
сейчас,
improve.
он, наверное, здесь не слышал, да? Сейчас мы обратно почерпим и ему покажем.
So he'll make another scheme for you.
Потенциал, мы говорим, да?
So
Потенциал
potential.
равен чему был у нас?
Potential equals to what?
Энергии.
To energy.
Потенциал равен энергии, он понимает
Do
это?
you understand that? The potential is energy.
Да. Энергия равна чему?
Energy equals what?
Ideas.
Деньгами.
Money.
Согласен ты сейчас?
Do you agree with this?
I do.
Да.
Верно?
Yeah.
О, главное, чтобы ты согласился, понял.
Important
Значит,
that you
потенциал находится
understand
вот
the
здесь у
energy.
человека.
So potential is here, yes?
Согласен, да?
Do you agree?
Теперь смотри. Если ты единица, есть три варианта.
So again,
Ты
you're one.
владелец компании,
You're the owner of the company. This is one.
есть
Like
руководитель,
possibility. The second, you're a leader. Like some managerial position.
маленький ответственный человек.
Here, like small responsibility for some small.
И еще просто
Or just an
работать.
employee, you know.
Ты сейчас вот на втором месте.
Now you're in the second kind of position, leader.
Твоя компания примерно занимает 1 гектар земли.
Let's say 1 acre of land your company occupies, yeah?
Получается, ты сейчас действуешь в рамках 1 гектара, limited.
So again, it's limited, yeah? Just 1 acre.
Согласен с этим?
Do you agree with this?
I do agree.
Ага. То есть весь твой потенциал реализуется только в этом лимитированной плоскости.
So basically, your whole potential is being realized just in this very limited volume, very limited area.
Согласен?
Do you agree?
I do.
Да. Значит, твоя идея, которая есть на работе, это твой потенциал. Потенциал равен энергии. Твоя энергия равна вот этому.
So basically, all the ideas that you get at work, this is your potential. Potential is energy, so all your energy is just here.
Согласен? Значит, твоя энергия вырабатывает идею на работе. Идея какой буквой пишется?
So
ID.
I. Okay, so energy, yeah, E. I. This is ideas that you get at work.
На работе, верно? Ты
Right?
вырабатываешь.
At
работу.
work, you generate some ideas, right?
That's correct, yeah.
Да.
Твоя идея равна деньгам.
So your idea equals money.
То есть твоя идея, объем твоей энергии, идей, вот здесь только находится.
So the volume of your
На этом
idea
просто.
will be just here in this area, in this spectrum, just here.
Согласен с этим?
Do you agree with this?
I do.
Да. Вот здесь ты стоишь,
So
а
you
здесь,
stand here,
здесь стою я.
but he stands here.
У меня идеи на 181 стран мира.
I have ideas for 181 countries in the world.
То есть моя наука находится в разрешении 181 стран мира. Я могу эту науку нести.
So, like the science, yeah, that he's the founder of, is lawful, is allowed, yeah, like legally allowed in 181 countries in the world, so he can teach it legally there.
Теперь смотри. Моя стратегия на 181 стран мира.
So the strategy also spreads to 181 countries in the world.
Твоя стратегия в радиусе 1 гектара.
Your strategy is in the radius of 1 acre.
А стратегия вот этого третьего человека еще меньше.
And the strategy of the third person in the third position will be even smaller.
То есть вот этого человека вообще маленькая стратегия.
The last, the strategy will be like tiny.
Какова идея, такова стратегия.
So whatever the idea is, the strategy will be equal to that.
Understand?
I understand.
О.
Устаз, про страх объясните, почему у него страх, а у вас нет?
Мы дойдем до этого. То есть я зарабатываю деньги в Португалии, Албании, Германии,
I earn
Франции,
money like
Испании,
Portugal,
Италии.
France, Spain, Italy, Albania, whatever,
Не знаю английского языка.
without knowing any English.
Потому что у меня стратегия больше.
Because I have a huge strategy.
Потому что у меня идеи больше.
Because I have bigger ideas.
Потому что у меня потенциал больше.
Because my potential is bigger.
Потенция больше станет в конце.
And here again we are talking about sexual drive, which is also bigger.
А у тебя страх вот здесь.
But you have fear there. Look, this is
Yeah.
your fear.
Не дает тебе стать владельцем компании.
It doesn't allow you to become the owner of the company.
Есть понимание?
I do understand, but still I did not get how to deal with this fear.
То есть он понял все, что вы сказали, но до сих пор не понимает, как вообще ему с этим страхом справляться.
Поэтому существует для страха, есть 3 вида страха.
There are 3 types of fear.
Страх потери возможностей,
For example, a fear to lose opportunities,
страх потери материального мира,
fear to lose material world,
страх потери отношений.
and the fear to lose relationships.
Вот одно из страха его блокирует.
So one of these fears is blocking you.
Если страх потери возможностей, надо смотреть закон,
If we are talking about the
традицию,
fear
религию.
of losing opportunities, you have to look at the law, traditions, and religion.
Нарушаешь ли ты здесь закон какой-то? Нарушаешь ли традицию? Нарушаешь ли ты религию?
Like maybe, you know, you're going against some law, or traditions, or religion. Are you doing anything of these?
No, I don't do it.
Нет, ничего.
Если ты ничего не нарушаешь, значит тебе бояться ничего.
So, no fear then.
Ты просто боишься неизвестности.
Maybe you're afraid of,
Maybe scared to take
like, no, you don't know what will happen.
Yeah, I'm scared from getting outside the comfort zone.
So you're afraid of unknown.
Exactly.
Да, то есть он боится неизвестности и не хочет, боится выйти из вот этой зоны комфорта.
Да, потому что такое зона комфорта? Зона комфорта, возможность, которую он сейчас имеет, он не хочет его потерять.
So basically, what is your zone of comfort, comfort zone? These are opportunities, yeah, possibilities that we have now, and we are afraid to lose them.
Я 17 лет проработал в компании Marlboro.
For 17 years, he was working in Marlboro company,
И страшно боялся покинуть компанию,
and he was very afraid to leave the company,
пока компания меня не выгнала.
like unless the company kicked him out.
Потому что я боялся потерять, что такое комфорт, материальный мир, зарплату.
Because he was afraid to lose salary, material things, you know, comfort.
Каждый месяц я зарабатывал по $3000 и боялся его потерять.
So he was earning like monthly around $3,000, and he was afraid to lose that.
Потеря материального мира.
So it was a fear of losing the material world.
В конце концов, компания начала сокращаться и вынуждена меня отправить на вечный отпуск.
In the end, the company downsized and fired him.
Но мое эго как твое.
But his ego is the same as your ego.
Я считал себя великим стратегом.
He was considering himself like an amazing strategist.
Набрал кредитов
So he was
и начал бизнес.
loans, and he opened the business.
И начал бизнес. В результате у меня провал бизнеса под $700,000.
And this business failed, and he lost about
За 10 лет.
$700,000 in 10 years.
Я закрыл свой кредит только в 2019 году.
So he paid off all the loans only in 2019.
Но, выйдя за пределы возможного,
But then he kind of transcended the possible. You know?
я придумал науку.
He invented, founded a new science,
И заработал намного больше.
and he earned much more.
На 181 стран мира я заработал.
So 181 countries in the world he's earning from all of them.
При этом я человек без образования.
And at the same time, he doesn't have any formal education.
Родом из деревни,
He was born in a village,
как кениец.
like in Kenya, you know, like maybe some
It was in Kenya. I'm joking, I'm joking.
Всю жизнь работал как первый разрядник работал.
So he has been working the whole life, like working hard.
Я стриг овец, пас коров,
Like
работал
shearing sheep.
трактористом.
You know, like cows. He was working on a tractor.
Работал строителем, каменщиком, строил дома.
In construction, he worked a lot in construction. He was building houses.
Был плотником,
Carpenter also, worked as a carpenter.
строил печки. В Казахстане очень холодно.
Even he was making ovens because in Kazakhstan it can be very cold.
Все время строишь печки, чтобы было тепло.
Like, you know, you have to build ovens to feel warm.
Значит, все возможно.
So everything is possible.
Просто нужно понять и знать.
Just you have to understand and to know.
И пришел я к своему успеху в 60 лет, примерно.
So he basically reached his success when he was 60, around 60.
Это все от того, что мы не знаем.
So it's all about what we do not know.
То есть у нас нет развития сознания, у нас отсутствует компетенция.
So when we do not, like we don't have this development of our conscious mind, we lack competence.
Но даже есть компетенции. Люди отучились там в Великобритании, Англии, там Гарвард закончили.
But even if we have competencies and we graduated from Harvard or studied in the United Kingdom,
Но их держит страх.
but
Они
then fear is blocking them.
Им легче работать на кого.
So it's easier for them to work for somebody.
Согласны?
Do you agree?
Но я не говорю, что вы все должны стать владельцами компании или еще чего-то.
Like I don't say that all of you have to become owners of your own businesses.
То есть ты можешь на своем рабочем месте показать коэффициент полезного действия.
So basically, even at your working place, you can show efficiency.
Что твое руководство оценит твой профессионализм.
So your leaders, your superiors, will
Твой профессионализм.
like okay, they will appreciate your professionalism.
Если ты отучишься этой науке,
Like if you study this science,
потому что ты будешь руководить людьми,
because you are going to lead people, yeah,
расставляя их на своей специальности согласно их данности.
and you will put each person into the correct place according to their abilities.
То есть, если к тебе придет такой парень, как он,
So, for example, if you get a person like him,
ты будешь понимать, какую ему работу надо дать.
you will understand what job you have to give him.
Дату рождения скажи.
What is your birthday?
9.
9.
Ага. То есть, 9 промотор.
I see you're here, tactician, promoter.
Он все время хочет кому-то помочь продвигать.
You always want to help somebody to move something, to promote something.
Есть такое?
Do you have
Сколько лет?
this? How old are you?
27.
27.
Ага. Вот он сейчас промотор. Сейчас он будет меня толкать в людей, говорить будет, что есть такой человек Жанат.
So see, now you met Janat, and now you will keep talking about him. You'll promote him. You'll say
Yes.
to people, there's a guy like that.
Это мой друг, он когда наблюдал за мной в Инстаграме, он всегда говорит, тебе надо ТикТок, тебе надо...
О, он уже продвигал тебя. Промотор.
I like to bring out the best in people. Like.
То есть ему нравится в людях показывать самое лучшее.
Да,
самое
толкать.
лучшее.
Анса?
Да.
Дата рождения.
What is your date of birth?
21st, number 6.
24.
Ага. 6. То есть этот человек созидатель. Сколько ему лет?
You're a creator. You create.
Always.
How old are you?
35.
35.
35. Давайте мы его посчитаем и на нем я покажу.
Okay, we'll just calculate your number. And Janat is going to show you example something.
24 July
07
89.
1989.
Ага. То есть 6, 7, 5, 4. 4 получается.
6-4.
Ага, 6-4.
So
Теперь
6
смотрим
more
сюда.
is our numbers.
Ага. Креативный человек.
You're a very
Творческая
creative
личность.
person, creative personality.
Должен работать в индустрии творчества
So you have to work in some creative industry.
и заниматься маркетингом.
And you have to do some marketing.
Каждый момент создавать новое.
Every moment you have to create something new.
Ты сам это понимаешь?
Do you understand that yourself?
Пойдем. Откуда приехал?
Where did you come from?
Румыния.
А, Румыния.
Румыния.
О, Бухарест?
Да.
Румыния, Бухарест же?
Да.
Бухарест.
Ага, надо чуть-чуть понимать.
So you understand some Russian?
Ага, чуть-чуть.
Нет.
Италия, да.
Италия, да. Ага. То есть ты сам понимаешь, что мы тебе сейчас говорим, что ты делаешь?
So do you understand that what he's telling you, what you do?
Да.
Да.
Да? То есть ты творческая личность, создающая маркетинг.
So basically a creative person who's also creating marketing.
Каждый раз хочешь создать что-то новое.
Every time you want to create something new.
Where is it? I have no idea.
То есть его все время новые идеи.
Да, новые идеи. Understand? Понимаете ли?
So you understand?
То есть его надо ставить куда? На маркетинг.
So you have to work in marketing.
Вот я, вот смотри, я
So this
Yeah.
is
Я 19-12-1962 года. То есть мне 4. As you.
Да.
the same 4.
I make as you. То есть я стратегический маркетолог.
So he is a strategical marketing specialist.
Поэтому я как стратегия взял 180 стран и развиваю там маркетинг своей науки.
So you see, like in 181 countries, he's developing the strategy of his own science.
Новая идея это и есть маркетинг.
Because the idea is marketing.
Суть маркетинга в чем заключается?
What is the essence of marketing? Tell us. The essence of marketing, like the core of marketing, what is it?
Making everybody know exactly what you're doing.
Чтобы всем дать понять, чем вы занимаетесь, чтобы все знали, чем вы занимаетесь.
Нет, суть маркетинга,
Leading them to come to you.
создавая новые слоганы, новые слова, новые действия, этим разрушить нейронные связи других людей.
So you see in marketing what we do. We get new slogans, we get new phrases, catchy phrases, words, ideas. Why? To destroy the neural paths of other people.
Ты должен создать новый продукт, от этого у людей должно пройти разрушение вот здесь.
So you see, you have to create a new product. So in people's minds, what should happen? Neural paths should get destroyed.
Понимаете?
Do you understand?
Я создал новый продукт,
So Janat created a new product,
я этим разрушаю нейронные связи людей и их убеждений.
and I'm destroying the neural paths of other people and their convictions.
Все думают, что что-то создать новое, надо учиться в Кембридже или в Гарварде.
Like everyone thinks that to create something new, you have to study in Harvard or in Cambridge.
А я просто колхозник.
But I'm just a farmer,
И это разрушает многих людей.
and it destroys a lot of people.
Потому что все считают, что надо обязательно иметь диплом и что-то заканчивать, чтобы что-то создать.
Because everyone considers that you have to have a degree to create something.
А я использовал что?
But
Я использовал свой потенциал
I just
и
used
мощную
my
потенцию
potential.
мужчины.
And my sexual drive.
И собрал тысячи женщин на свой запах.
And I gathered thousands of women who came to my smell. You know, scent, aroma.
Создавая новые знания.
Creating new knowledge.
Есть сейчас понимание?
Do you understand now?
И все это возможно.
And it's all possible.
Для этого не надо заканчивать Гарвард.
Like you don't have to graduate from Harvard today.
Просто надо использовать свой потенциал, который дан вот здесь.
Just you have to use your own potential that is here, it's given.
Потенциал будет равен энергии, и энергия идеи, идея деньгам.
So potential equals to energy, energy equals to idea, idea equals to money.
Согласен?
Do you agree?
Поэтому вот этот американец, который в космос летает, как его
Elon
зовут?
Musk?
Илон Маск, он создал эту идею, он же единица.
Elon Musk is also number one. you know, number one.
На Земле он не
This
мог
idea
захватить.
to go to space.
Он Землю не мог захватить, поэтому он пошел туда.
He couldn't conquer the whole Earth, so he went to space.
Понятно? Потому что у него миссия 7.
Because his mission is 7.
У меня миссия 4.
Janat has mission 4.
Я создаю цели, он технолог, он
Janat is
изучает
creating
космос.
goals. But this guy, Elon Musk, we are talking about him, he's the technologist, he's studying space.
Он изучает технолог, каждый раз его корабли, которые полетают, некоторые разрываются и падают на Землю.
Like every time it's a learning process, some of the spaceships just explode and fall back to the Earth.
Поняли? Поэтому мы все разные.
We are all different.
И кто знает эту науку, он может продвигаться вперед и везде. Это очень интересная наука.
It's very interesting science, you know, if you understand it, if you know that you can move in any sphere, you can just move forward.
Мой друг. Благодарю.
Thank you.
Понятно вам становится суть?
So, like, do you feel like you start understanding?
Я думаю, сегодняшней темы достаточно, наверное.
Maybe for today it's enough. Yes.
То есть вы можете всегда обратиться, Зухра, оставь телефон, все прочее, да?
So in case that Zuhra will leave her telephone number.
Ага.
So you can
До
call
26 числа я буду находиться здесь.
Janat is going to be here till the 26th of this month.
Если у вас есть возможность или у кого-то есть желание встретиться с нами не персональные коммуникации, а командой, чтобы еще раз прослушать меня.
So
Или
if
нас.
you have an opportunity to meet as a team, yes, with the team, just
Like if you want to bring some friends, relatives that you want to invite and hear
like
about
not a
it.
personal, yeah, not a personal.
No, like we could arrange another master class,
Yeah.
but we need to see the demand basically. Like today was like a test version.
То я могу еще успеть с вами встретиться, если есть
So
желание.
then Janat will have some time, you know, to organize that, to meet you in this format.
And trust me, it's very hard to catch him because he always.
Вам нравится?
So do you like it?
Да.
Это самая интересная наука в мире.
It's the most interesting science in the world.
Вы когда постигнете эту науку,
When you get to know this science,
вы все станете спикерами.
you'll all be speakers.
Вот человек рожденный спикер.
This one is a born speaker.
Я понимаю, что он единица.
Like Janat
Смотря на
understands
его голову.
just looking at your head.
Потому что у единицы всегда есть проблемы с волосами.
Because number one always has problems with hair.
Да. Я единственная единица, у которой волосы хорошо растут.
And he's the only one whose hair grows well.
Потому что у меня работает тонкий интеллект.
Because she has, you know, the subtle intellect, it's working well in Janat.
В данный момент у тебя не может включиться тонкий интеллект,
It's like at
чтобы
the moment,
проанализировать ситуацию.
your subtle intellect cannot switch on in you. So
Работает эго «я хочу».
your ego is working, I want.
Поэтому каждый, кто поймет эту науку,
So everyone who gets to know, who understands the science,
может стоять вот здесь,
will be able to stand here,
знать неограниченное количество знаний
have like a lot of knowledge, unlimited.
и с кайфом вещать. И с кайфом вещать.
And like get a lot of pleasure from just speaking.
Вы понимаете, как это хорошо, когда ты вещаешь?
Do you understand how beautiful it is, how good it is when you're just standing here speaking,
Деньги.
delivering speeches?
Да. Деньги находятся вот здесь.
Money is there.
Кто выступает, под ним находятся деньги.
So when you're speaking as a speaker, you're delivering the speech, the money is under you.
Страх уходит.
Да, уходит страх,
So
то
all
есть
the
там
fear
свобода.
goes
Fear
away.
leaves you. Yeah.
When you're able to speak about something confidently, this is where fear starts leaving you. Because you don't care anymore about the opinions, you understand what you're doing and you're confident about it.
Я просто это все показываю на своем примере.
I'm just showing everything on my own example.
Что даже я, человек, у которого не было достаточного образования,
So even me, a person who didn't have a chance to get enough education,
достаточно знаний,
enough knowledge.
Выступаю.
I'm still speaking in front of you.
Не хуже Тони Робинс.
And I'm not worse than Tony Robbins.
Поэтому каждому есть возможность познать науку и говорить.
So everyone has an opportunity to understand this science and to speak.
Много людей, у которых есть знания.
There are many people who lack knowledge.
Или много людей, кто пошли, обучились ораторскому искусству.
And there are a lot of people who actually learned the science of speaking, the art of speaking, public speaking.
Да, но у них недостаточно знаний, чтобы вещать.
But they do not have enough knowledge to speak publicly.
Пройдя наше обучение,
So, but when you study, when you take this course,
у вас будет много знаний.
you will get lots of knowledge.
Вы можете вещать день и ночь.
Then you can publicly speak day and night.
Я вам переведу много знаний, открыв вам ваш облако.
I will open your cloud, with knowledge for
iCloud.
you.
He will give an energy via the iCloud, which he actually has. And he is the most powerful person in the world. The energy is very powerful, so he will give it to you as well.
Can you
During
feel
this
his
time.
energy, guys?
Yes.
Like that's why, by the way, one of the reasons that even though Janat never speaks English, he attracts people. Just his energy attracts people in different languages to want to learn it. That's what he's talking about. His Russian is actually not as good as well, but even though he's able to just attract people, like they want to listen to him, they want to be next to him, and that's why he's talking. It's like the charisma. And that's why he was comparing, like you can have a lot of knowledge, education, you can learn how to speak, but if you don't have energy, you will never be on the same level.
Even if you will just sit next to him or stay next to him, you'll feel much better.
Yeah, it's
Know that you
contagious.
will- yeah, you feel it, yeah?
It's contagious.
Even, for example, you have so many things on your mind, just next to him, you just relieve. And everything will become like really stable and positive. So, thank you so much for coming today.
Молодец, Рахмет. Благодарю. Очень шикарно, хорошо переводишь.
Вам надо учиться нам.
Я
Теперь
понимаю.
нам надо к нам приходить учиться.
Спасибо. Лидер.
Очень интересно у вас, очень приятно, и вы все такие молодцы,
Yeah,
просто
it's
очень приятно
conversations, and you will feel
быть.
how,
Да,
you know.
выступали просто очень здорово. Все девочки.
Ты такая фотогеничная, как это.
Вообще красавица.
Девчонки
Девчонки выходят, одна другой краше.
Ты классный.
Я забыла, какие
А вы тоже